All right, Coach.
Good.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, this is a very special week, as we all know, and it's a very important week for so many people in this state, and so many people that are both Auburn and Alabama fans. And this is a great game. It's a game that you know, it's a privilege for me to be now part of what would be my 7th one, and it's very unique. And I think that there is just a difference in this game than, you know, I've been in a lot of great rivalries, and there's a difference in this game than most, in my opinion, and just the importance that it has with the fans on both sides, former players, alumni, so many people that, you know, again, you know, hold this game in very high regard. And so it's very important for our players and our coaches, certainly our fans. And we've got a great football team that we're getting ready to play in Tuscaloosa, and we know that. And for us to be able to have a chance to be successful, we're going to have to obviously play the best game we've played all year and be very sound in everything that we do in all 3 phases of our game. Obviously, they're very well coached, and they have some great players. So our work is cut out for us. But again, we feel great about being able to you know, play in a game like this because, again, it's a privilege, and all of our players know that, and it's something that they'll always remember the rest of their lives. So we started preparing yesterday. We're preparing well, and we've got to continue to do that the rest of this week in order to give ourselves a chance to win.
Questions?
Coach, you had big games earlier this season against Texas A&M and Georgia, and guys talked about how excited they were for that. This week, have you noticed anything different about the players' mindsets?
Well, I think so. I just think that what comes with this games, you know, certainly we have a lot of guys on our football team that are from this state, so they grew up, you know, when they were at birth, you know, hearing about this game, and you know, and then quite frankly, the ones that, you know, that we have on our roster from other places, you know, they understand the magnitude of how big this rivalry game is. I think even if you weren't born in the state, you at some point watched it on TV or, you know, have heard about it through the years, and it's just, you know, it's a very unique game. So I think that there's an extra focus, an extra intent, you know, in terms of just being, you know, ready to prepare, and I think it, you know, our team looks at this game, you know, differently.
Can you talk about going back up there again? I know you talked a little bit about it yesterday, but going up there, or Sunday, going up there again since 2010, and just kind of that game and your memories of that game, and then are you trying to talk to him about that this year again, saying, hey, anything can happen?
Well, we talked to him about the history of the game in general. You know, this is the 4th time that I've been up there. This will be the 4th time that I've been up there and played a football game in that stadium, in this game. And you know, we don't necessarily focus on just one game. Obviously, you know, the 2010 game was a very special year and very special game. But you know, we really, you know, we talk about just the history and tradition of the game and the passion of the people and what it means. And obviously that's part of the conversation, but you know, this is a new year. It's a different year. It's a whole different set of circumstances, you know, for everybody playing in the game and for everybody involved. So we're really trying to focus on the here and now, but we certainly educate them about the importance of the game, you know, and the history of the game in the past.
Coach, a couple of the guys mentioned a video they were shown. Can you talk about what's in that video?
Just again, I think it just reiterates, you know, again, the importance of, you know, the game, and really trying to, you know, again, get everybody's attention on the impact that it has on so many people, not just the ones playing in the game. And we, you know, we don't take that lightly. You know, we feel a great sense of responsibility because of so many people that will be affected by this game, you know, come Sunday morning. And so, you know, just again, there'll be daily reminders.
This will be Jonathan's first road start, and I know we played a couple places in the first road start, and obviously a very tough challenge and a tough thing. What have you done to kind of get him acclimated to this challenge?
Well, obviously, you know, the sound factor will be, you know, the noise factor will be something that we started working on yesterday, and it'll be definitely a different venue for him. Again, you know, him being a young man that's grown up around this game his whole life and heard about it and seen it and understands it, you know, it's going to be different for him. But, you know, again, I think he's a young guy that really embraces these type of moments. And I think he's a young guy that, you know, obviously he'll prepare, you know, as a professional like he usually does. And, but it'll be different for him, and he knows that. So we just, you know, we've talked to all of our quarterbacks and really all of our team about, you know, again, the poise that you have to have when you go up there, that there'll be, you know, ebbs and flows in the game that, you know, you have to, you know, live through and you know, get to the other side of those valleys that can happen in the game. And, you know, again, I think he's a young guy that you can tell him everything you want to tell him about it, but he's going to have to go up there and get a feel for it and experience it. And again, I think, you know, early in the game it's going to be very unique for him, but I think as the game goes on, like he's really done in all the other games, he'll adapt and adjust.
What's your relationship been like with Coach Saban over the last 4 years, and then what have you seen that's made him so successful?
Well, I think Coach Saban's a great football coach, and again, I think that, you know, I think his body of work wherever he's been really tells the story. I don't think that there's anything that I can say that can inform anybody any differently. I know Nick on a professional level. He's always been very professional, very respectful with all his opponents and all his peer coaches, and and likewise everybody with him as well. So, you know, that's my dealing with him, and like I said, he's very successful for a reason, and I think, you know, again, I don't need to tell people all the reasons. I think it's very obvious.
Last week you guys made a lot of changes in the offensive line. Is that something you're still looking at about who might start this
Well,
week?
we'll see, Mark. Again, we'll see, you know, if health-wise, you know, as I said Sunday, I think health-wise will play a part in the picture, and we'll make those determinations later in the week.
How's Westerman doing? Is he making progress?
That's, you know, part of what we're looking at right now in terms of health, and we'll know more probably Wednesday or Thursday, but right now it's going to be a wait and see with him.
How about Casanova McKenzie?
Trying to get him back healthy again. You know, again, he's got a little bit of an ankle situation that he's trying to make some cuts on it now. I thought he made a little bit of progress yesterday, but he's going to be in the same boat.
Any update on the free safety position at this point?
No, same deal. We'll wait and we'll look at it, you know, towards the end of the week.
What have you seen from their quarterback, A.J. McCarron? He's kind of evolved as he's gotten more experience.
Well, you know, I think everything with their offense starts with their offensive line. Number one, I think it's an extremely talented, well-coached offensive line, and I think for a quarterback, there's great comfort in that. But he's been very, very efficient. He's very good at protecting the football. McCarron has done everything that I think you do in games to win. He protects the ball. He's got an offensive line that he knows is very good at protecting him. He's got a running game that can offset a lot of different pressures, because if you pressure that running game and you're wrong, or you get two guys, you know, in or out of a gap, you know, you can pay for that with a long, you know, explosive run. But I think he has made very wise decisions. I think he's made some really, really tight throws, some throws in some narrow spaces. But it all goes back to, you know, in my opinion, the decisions that he's made. And he's very efficient in his decision making, and he's very efficient with where he places the ball.